You are live.
Oh.
It's just me and you. I think we'll just carry on yakking like we were. Somehow there's some way of sending us private messages to each other, but I didn't really work that one out.
Yeah, I've never used this before. I know it says chat. I think, but that's everyone in the studio. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Morning, everybody. Can we have somebody say hello? There's 5 of you there hiding. This is Cazza or Carol.
Hello. Yeah. That's just my.
Hi,
YouTube
everybody.
channel.
Good morning. Can we all say good morning and how brave Carol is, please?
Don't know about brave.
First guinea pig on the plot. She is the first one to be, I don't know, what's the word?
Yeah. Don't judge me.
Stacey Louise Wilson, good morning. Rose Petal, hi. Now, do you get to see the comments at your end, Cazza?
No. Let me just have a look. Yes, I can if I press on comments. Yeah, so I can see.
Yeah, got on? Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So what's everybody... Oh, I can't push my phone too hard. It's going to fall off the blinking tripod. Can't be doing that.
Fall off the paint pot. So. I'm not as high tech as you with a tripod. I've got a paint pot.
I've dug it out of the cupboard from the days of old, and I'd forgotten how to use it, to be fair, so it may take me a while. I have definitely got an eyelash that's on the loose that keeps digging into my eyeball. Ugh. I don't know what that's all about. Never mind. Oh, so there's 11 people watching, and only 2 of you have commented. Come on, stump up right now. This lady has been very brave to come and say hello to you all this morning.
I've got my coffee though, so it's all right.
You've got coffee. Morning, Sean. It was a fab idea to do this. Thank you, Rose Petal. That's nice of you. Sean, I got to be so careful touching this blooming phone. Ah! See, there you go. Everybody's gone. It's like being on a boat here. Oh, God, people. I can't get you straight. You'll have to put up with that. Morning, Debbie. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Nice. So, where do you live? Do you want me to call you Carol or Cazza?
Oh, no, Carol's fine. Yeah, no, Cazza just the YouTube name.
Right,
I am in sunny Surrey.
Sorry, okay.
Yeah, just on the outskirts of the M25, Godstone. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, the M25 I sort of associate with panic, stress, traffic jams, and I always get a bit anxious before I got the M25, to be honest.
Yeah, well, we're put it in sort of context. We're 20-minute drive from Gatwick Airport, so we're not.
Oh, I can leave my car with you next time then, eh?
Exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Sort of paid £100 for parking. I'll lob it your way.
Yeah, feel free.
M25 is scary, says Rose. Yeah, it is. I hate it.
Yeah.
I went on there when there was high winds. Does that make a difference?
It can do when you've got the monstrous trucks on there going.
I suppose so. Yeah. I seem to always go on there when I'm in a stress to get somewhere, because obviously my use of the M25 is when I'm going from A to B, normally to Gatwick, and there's normally that stress in the back of my head about missing a plane or missing a something or other. So I don't know. There's this big motorway stop area somewhere down on the left just before the Gatwick turn for me anyway, and we always stop there, and it's almost like we take a breather, like and then it's like, right, we've got to go back in.
Made it that far.
Yeah. You know, in Feb when it was really windy, I thought a lorry was going to fall on me. Oh yeah. Ellie's got this thing about going past high-sided vehicles. When we go past them, you know, there's that suction, isn't there, where just for a split second you feel like you're being sucked in, and then it goes again. It's like the air pressure or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's always got this fear of being bashed. I'm between Cambridge and Peterborough, but always sat on the M25 when I go to visit my eldest daughter in Byfleet near Woking. Sarah says, morning, you're very brave, Cazza. You can see that as well, so you don't need me. I don't know why I'm reading it out. You can read as well as I can.
I am. I have to keep clicking on it. Thank you, Sarah. I'm not brave. Maybe silly.
I'm actually stupid to talk to me, probably.
No.
No.
It's a nice
this morning.
thanks from work.
Are you skiving from work, are you?
Well, no, of course not. No, I never do that. No. Well, I work I work flexi time, so I can make up the half hour that I lose now later this evening.
Oh, bless you. I feel guilty now.
No, I quite enjoy it. It's a nice break from the day. I start about 8 in the morning, so it's good for a long coffee break.
Golly. Yeah, Ellie started at 8 this morning. I was still sort of like, it's really weird actually, because after so many years of like being the one to get her up and get her in a school uniform and get her out the door, her dad generally, if he's around, will pick her up. And we've agreed that then I'll pick her up after work. So he takes her and I pick her up. But it's weird to be lying in the bed half conscious with your daughter looming over you saying, bye, gotta work now. And I'm like, what? Really? You don't need me to make you breakfast or dress you? It is a really weird experience when they grow up, isn't it? Have you got kids?
Certainly. Yeah, my daughter is 15, going on 16 soon.
Oh, you've got it all to come, imminent.
Yeah, I know. She's studying for her GCSEs, and that is a panic all in itself. Yeah.
Do not talk to me about that. Everything that went in my life recently is due to GCSEs.
Yeah.
Ellie started stressing about GCSEs in about year 5. And progressively each year it got worse. But the school just heap it on. They heap it on and they heap it on. And all they bang on about is exams. Well, yeah, they're important, but they don't give it any context and they don't give them a broader education.
No.
They need, for me, when she came out of school and asked me how she opened a bank account, it said it all really. Because that's quite
no lifestyle.
She wanted something to get her money into. Yeah. And yet so what I just don't understand if what's her history and her geography. Where's that going to take her in reality?
Yeah, that's my opinion as well. One of the subjects they do now, which I think is really outdated, is RE, religious education. To me, that should have been stopped years ago. And they're actually doing she's got no choice but to do a GCSE in it. You know, and to me, that's the most irrelevant subject there is, because as well as being controversial in everyone's lifestyle today, where's it going to get her?
It's actually, I moved her primary schools for that very reason. She came home one day and she said, oh, do you know, I've got 12 brothers. Well, unless I've missed something pretty drastic, you don't. Oh, well, they say that the disciples are my brothers and blah, 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 blah. And then she came home and she was like, can I see the pictures of your wedding to Daddy? You can see pictures of a wedding, but it's not to your dad. And then the next one was, have I been christened? And I'm like, no. Why haven't I been christened? Because I don't believe in God in the way that the church explains it. Oh, but they say I need to be christened or else I'm going to hell or something like that. And I'm like, right, that is it. This is a flipping 5-6-year-old. I'm done. And she was coming home with books full of, you know, religious iconology that they'd been made to copy and draw and So we moved on that very basis. It's a personal choice and I couldn't care less what anybody wants to believe, because we are all entitled to personal belief. I suspect I've got some very radical, bizarre views these days, but it's all personal and nobody should have the right to impose that on anybody.
No, absolutely.
And I am surprised in this day and age that they can.
So am I.
If you had the gumption, I personally would challenge that.
Yeah,
I don't know how they've got the right.
No, I know. I know there's been some talk about in the media recently about religious education being stopped, but it's too late for sort of my daughter now because she's studying for her GCSE, so she's now got to take. But crazy going forward, why it's still happening.
I mean, Ellie and Edgy. I mean, literally, the closer it got to GCSEs, the worse her behaviour got, and she started being disruptive. She started being all the things that Ellie isn't. Disrespectful. Just her mental health plummeted. And it turned into I don't know how to explain it. They just didn't know what to do or how to do it.
Yeah,
I was brought up in a Catholic, and kids were. None of my children believe, and it's their choice. I don't go to church anymore. No, well said, Laurie. It's all down to personal. I just watch her mental health is all I'll say, because some of them suffer in silence. But I know it was exams now because we're on the other side of it, and she has reverted.
Yeah.
To the Ellie she was before.
Yeah,
she's stopped playing up. She never really played me up. There was never an occasion when she wasn't where she said she was going to be, and she never disrespected me. I've got to be thankful for that. But she wanted to be out on the streets late at night. She had this urge to walk the streets, and it was causing grief because the cops kept picking her up and saying, "How old are you?" and bringing her home. And she was getting angrier and angrier. And of course, the more angry she got, the worse they got. And I started to just have a meltdown because I was stuck between the devil and the deep blue sea. They were my family, the police. That's how it feels. And she's my family. And it was like,
yeah,
who do I side with? So, yeah, but luckily, no. Are you still there, everybody? I've lost you all. Oh my goodness, where is everybody?
You've disappeared, Lisa.
Yeah, my phone is playing up big style. It won't let me in. Oh, there you are. I swear somebody pushed that off the tripod then, because I didn't move. I did not move. So many young people suffer with mental health. That's about, I told you it would go wrong. And comes to GCSEs as a counsellor, I see a lot of it. Yeah, I bet you do. My daughter still misses the lady at school that was counselling her. She built up such a rapport with her that now she's not there. She struggles a bit. Yeah, but anyway, big subject, but I really do think that it's done wrongly. If kids want to study and they want to be nerdy, by all means encourage them. If they want extra lessons, give them extra lessons. Be more flexible. But for the kids that clearly are not, I mean, difficulty with Ellie is she was top set and everything, and I can say it now, she didn't study one iota. There was not 1 hour of one day that she revised for those exams, and she came out of it with 5 out of 8. So she's a brain box. Do you know what I mean? She's a very clever girl. Had she wanted to study, or had she felt able? And I think what's more perplexing is that if you've got a kid that's that able and you can't motivate them, there's got to be something wrong with that. There's got to be something wrong with them.
Yeah.
Because if you'd caught her in the right way, she'd have been fine. I mean, when we online schooled her, she was absolutely fine. And I even told the school, I said, can I not put my phone at the back of the class, with the camera on, and put her either at home in her room on her own and let her watch the lesson live, because that would suit her so much better. Oh no, we're not allowed to do that. Yeah.
So
they weren't willing to try anything other than their way. It was their way or the highway. And much as I get that, there has to be some flexibility, because not all kids are the same.
No, definitely not.
None of us are the same, are we? Let alone kids.
No. It's a strange world if we were all the same, wouldn't it?
Yeah, more teachers should be trained and empathetic towards children that struggle, because some actually bullied my girls. Yeah, Ellie was locked in a room. She was grabbed by the arm just because she was feeling really anxious and wanted to leave the room. She was locked in the room and shouted at for being various things. There was all sorts of bullying that went on. And that's another thing that I have a real big issue with. You know, teachers still talk to these kids like we're back in the 1950s. And I'm not entirely convinced the mom and the sir and that sort of regime of not even knowing the teachers' first names. I don't see what it gains in this day and age when that sort of formality has sort of gone by the by. Oh, I don't know. I don't know the answer. I just think it's wrong at the moment.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot that needs to be sorted out within the system, I think.
Well, it's the same as a mate that I used to work with in the cops is now working. She does private health checks or goes around the country where companies can afford it, doing private screening of people. And she said you wouldn't believe the amount of people that are actually paying for private screening because they can't get a doctor's appointment. And she's an ex-cop, and she got into it because she was doing jabs during COVID. So it progressed into what she's doing now. But we were having a conversation last night. I just think that the NHS is on the point of being broken. It's not fit for
surgery. You can't get an appointment for weeks on end. So if you've got anything like an emergency, you're diverted to the nearest clinic or A&E.
Really?
Yeah, so how right is that really? Yeah.
My sister is a primary school teacher. Oh, really, Laurie? I think primary school, Ellie was fine in primary school. She was getting anxious about the exams already, and she got really anxious about, what's that one they do at the end of year 6?
Yeah.
That's it. She got really wound up about that. And I think things started to go downhill from that point. But her behaviour in primary school was exemplary. In fact, it was in year 7 and year 8. It's literally year 9. It's almost like her coping mechanism just sort of exploded. But yeah, thankfully we're on the other side of it. All I'd say to any parent out there with kids coming up with GCSEs is just be mindful. And if they shut themselves in their room, just please get them to talk to you, because there is so much crap goes on online between young girls. If you've got a girl especially, the cattiness, the bitchiness, the spite and the hate and even the violence is just on a scale I never expected. They are just so vile to one another. And when you add that into the mix of all the other stress, you've got to watch them. You really have got to watch them. Don't be complacent, people, is all I would say, because I was. We have to ring at 7:58 in the morning to get an appointment for the doctors. Yeah, it's a bit like that. It's a bit like that here. It sort of gets to 8 o'clock, doesn't it? And you're like waiting. I guess everybody's waiting with their finger ready to dial. And the minute you hit dial, it's beep, 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 beep. You sort of like continually hitting the redial button. Yeah. Eva was great in primary school as only 1 class per year. Secondary stressed her out. Do you know? I'd love to know. I'd love to do a survey or be involved in something that looked at the reality of what our kids are going through. I think it would be not just fascinating. I think it would open a huge can of worms. I think what we're forgetting is that they're at an age where you're setting them up for the rest of their lives. So if you're cracking their mental health, which it definitely cracked Ellie's mental health, how does that leave them for the rest of their life? And it leaves them with a hatred of education, which is so sad, because she always wanted to go to uni and study to be a doctor, or, you know, and right now she won't even go to college. So she's gone on this apprenticeship, which is fine, all well and good. But she has an utter fear of going into any form of education. And that's so sad. So sad. Because
I think it's a great
Maybe
it's a great question, because I think my daughter, even at age, well, in year 9, was asked what she wanted to do as a career. Now, I know that age 13 or 14, I wouldn't have had a clue what I wanted to do. And by year 11, you're expected to know, well, I want to go to this career and want to go to that career. She still doesn't know.
Again, does anybody, did you know what? I mean, are you doing now what you know?
Absolutely not, no.
No. I mean, the only, I think I wouldn't say I had strict parents, but I was a bit scared of them. And I had that same question. Kids get to a certain age, and I think we're all guilty of it. Oh, what are you going to do when you grow up? Yeah. And I always used to say, oh, I'm going to be a police officer because I don't want to sit at a desk, but I'm really good at English. I used to have this little line that I would trot out. So I sort of like, because I left school like not knowing what I wanted to do, I literally came across this brochure of pictures of police officers in uniform. I remember sitting on my bed with it to this day. And I looked at it and I was like, no, I'm not capable of that. So I went off to the bank. I followed my dad into the bank. And about 2 years into banking, I was bored rigid. I was working my way up. I was doing first cashier and I was running the back office, and I was, you know, but you knew like 3 Wednesdays time at midday exactly what you'd be doing. There was this, and it just niggled at me. And then one of the girls I was supervising actually went off and joined the cops, and she was a bit of a dope, if I'm honest. And I remember sitting there thinking, if that woman is capable, then so am I. And off I went. 30 years later, yeah. I wish I hadn't stayed as long. I really do. But when you join, it's trotted out as a 30-year career. So there I stayed. She went to a large college last September, lasted 2 weeks, and she couldn't cope. So went to an adult education centre. She's now in a small college doing something she loves. Well, that's good for her, Laurie. I'm pleased that she didn't stay in something she didn't like. I went back to college to do my English GCSE and got a B when I was 20. Well, that's also quite an achievement. The only one that Ellie failed was the one that we all thought she'd get, bizarrely. We all thought she'd get maths because she used to be a maths whiz. She was always top of the class. But of course, for the year prior to the GCSEs, she was in and out of school. I mean, she probably managed about 20% of her lessons, I would think. So that was the one GCSE she failed, which I think shocked her. I don't know why. She just assumed that she had that one in the bag. In fact, she'd gone around telling everybody, well, I'll get one. Or at least I'll get one. She didn't think she'd pass English, and it was the reverse. So she got her English and her geography and her history and all sciences and everything. She got all them, but she failed her maths. Why have you got a feather on the end of your nose, Monty? Oh, I've got to show you this if I can turn the camera around. Can I turn the camera around? I don't know. Probably not. Oh, hang on. Can we see Monty on the floor? He's got a feather on the end of his nose. Haven't you, Moo? What are you moaning about, sweetheart? Yes, I know you've got a feather. Yes, it's very clever. How did you get the feather on the end of your nose, babes? You been sticking your nose in that bird cage again? Have you? Come on, you can come up if you want to. Say hello to people. Come here. No, you're such a silly boy. He's so shy. Are you moaning because you want to walk? Come here, I'll give you cuddles. Come here. Monty. Moo. Come here. Come here. No, okay, be a git then. You got any pets?
Yes, I've got a budgie and a cat. Cat's fast asleep somewhere, and the budgie's not being very talkative. So I'm surprised because he can hear yours. So
yes, you sort of, I'm tuned out to it now, bizarrely. But when you're on the phone to people,
yeah,
I don't know what it's about being on an electronic communication like this, but their sound seems to be exacerbated. It's like this really loud, shrill. Because one of Ellie's friends used to moan when she was on FaceTime, and I used to be like, what the heck, you know? What? And then I was on the phone to Ellie one day, and she was right by the cage, and it really comes through like,
yeah. He normally pipes up when I'm on work meetings, so everyone can hear. What's that noise in the background? And he won't stop, so the cover goes over then.
Anyway,
keep quiet.
Does he shut up then? Does it shut him up?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should get a cover then.
Yeah. I think
Or
they
just-
think they're going to sleep, so it's night time for them, and then they're abruptly woken up again.
Does it stop them sleeping at night? Or do they just sleep
No,
as much?
no. I mean, he's as bad as the cat, I think. They sleep as much.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, and Posty. What's the betting he's going to bang on the door today just to interrupt me? Well, I'm quite disappointed in you, Bearfam. We've only got 16 people here today. We've normally got about 24. I've got a cocker spaniel. She's gone in kennels. Oh, why is she in the kennels, Rose? I hate kennels. I won't put mine in kennels anymore. Don't like kennels. I was just probably my brain, but I can't stand the thought of them going to prison, and that's what it is, really. They're shut in a stone cage with a stone floor and a manky blanket put at the far end. It's all right. I'm silly.
Yeah.
My dogs are my family. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You probably got a good one. I hope. I'd love to have a good one. My parents have gone on holiday. Confused.com. Shouldn't it be you on holiday if your dog's in kennels?
No.
Bit confused there. I have a dog and a cat. I was about to say what's a shuck, but I guess that's their names. Shuck and Leo. Is it Shuck? Have you typed that wrong, or is that a name? Shuck. Oh, shucks. I suppose it could be. She seems to enjoy it, and they take her on lots of walks. Oh, that's good then. I think it's just oh, you live with your parents. Fair enough. I get it now. Sorry, being an idiot as per. Monty is very, very nervous. I mean, you saw then. He loves me to death, and I love him, but he doesn't like to be picked up. He's got so many quirks and so many little habits and foibles, and I just know that when he's around people he doesn't know, he starts to shake. He gets very, very anxious, and the thought of having to lock him in a cage like that with people that he doesn't know, I think he'd probably die of a heart attack. I don't think he'd survive. I really don't. I mean, Jack would. Jack's a big fat flumpy idiot. I mean, Jack really is. I don't know if you remember Rosie and whatever, the Flumps. Do you remember that kids program called the Flumps? Jack is a real flump, and Archie is a people lover, so he'd probably be all right. But they're so used to me all day, every day. You know, now I'm retired. I mean, maybe when I was out 8 hours a day, but now I'm home all day, every day. It would be such a culture shock for them.
Yeah,
I'd much rather have somebody coming.
I'd never take her to a cattery because she's a very homely cat, and only sort of, especially now I'm working from home all the time.
What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm one of those civil servants.
Mm.
Don't give me the hate, but yeah. So I work since COVID. Work mainly from home now. So yeah, used to sort of being here in the day, which was quite a shock, but I prefer it. I mean, every day I used to get up at 6, then commute, then come back again. So the day was over before you knew it, and then it was the same thing 5 days a week. And now, yeah, I mean, I get more of a life, I guess, this way. So some things out of COVID I'm thankful for.
You got another half, or
no, just me and my daughter. Yeah.
Oh,
yay!
big up the single mums out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard graft.
Yeah.
Does she see her dad?
No.
Yeah.
Not since she was 2. So yeah.
That's difficult.
Yeah.
Want to see him?
No, not bothered at all. So I think in that way, yeah, it's lucky.
Oh. Is he still around? Does she like? Is it something you dread? Do you have to bump into him, or is he somewhere else?
No. Don't even know where he lives. I wouldn't have a clue.
Fair enough. That's probably good.
Yeah.
There have been times that I'd wish that it was just me.
Yeah.
There is that conflict with two people that want to parent in different ways.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. It's not an easy one. Do we have any other single parents in the Bearfam? Woo, there you go again.
No.
Oh, I'm going to have to sort this tripod out for tomorrow. I literally just got out of the cupboard 30 seconds before I spoke to you, so I couldn't work out how to get my phone on it. I'm sure there's a magic clip somewhere. So I'm actually balancing it on the top of the tripod. That's why it keeps falling off, people.
Get yourself a paint tin. It works well.
Do you paint as well then?
I've been doing so. Yeah, I've been painting the bedroom recently. Sort of going around the skirting boards and things. Because everywhere's sort of in need of a rejuvenation. It's just getting to do all the bits in one time. Sorry?
Not watercolours then? Not like picture painting?
No, more DIY kind of thing. I like drawing, but not so much in watercolours.
All right. We've got some other single parents. Look, Sean is me. Laurie said me, but my ex is back living here. Oh my God, poor Laurie. Everybody send love to Laurie. My kids are now young adults. I guess I am. Mine are too. I guess you'd call Ellie a young adult now. She's earning her own money. Lab Rotty Staffy. So shuck. I did see. Oh, where have you gone? She's disappeared on me, people. Where's my guest gone? Oh my goodness, she's gone. Oh well. We lost Cazza and I don't know how to get her back. I guess maybe the 30 minutes is up and that's why she's disappeared. I don't know. Well, that was nice, wasn't it? I enjoyed that. How did you all enjoy having somebody else on the stream? I need to do my hall stairs and landing. Stacey, I saw that. Lab Rotty Staffy and North Black. Where was it? North something. The Norfolk Black Shuck. Ooh, sounds scary. Morning, Nicola. How are you? Stacey, how cute. Laurie needs to paint her hall stairs landing. Well, if your ex is back, get him to do it, love. Get him to earn his keep. Right, people, that is our 30 minutes for today. I know Nicola's only just arrived, but I do apologise. Oh, she's back. Hang on, people. She's back.
I got thrown out.
Why did you get thrown out?
I don't know.
I'm sat here wondering where you went. I thought because it got to 30 minutes that you decided to foxtrot Oscar.
No, it just threw me out. I think it had enough of me.
Oh my goodness. I was just saying goodbye to everybody, actually.
Oh, bye.
Just got home, running late today. I'll watch back and catch up. Oh, we've just been talking. Well, we didn't even talk about what we meant to talk about. Same time tomorrow. Yes, we'll be same time tomorrow. Right, I'd like you all to say thank you to Cazza for being brave and for coming back to say goodbye.
Oh,
I think it's been amazing. Thank you so much. You've been utterly amazing. Thank you so much for being so brave. Thank you for volunteering to be number one.
Oh, no problem.
I've got a couple of other people that have volunteered, so we've got a couple that want to come on.
That's good,
so
yeah.
We'll do a few more. Connie will do most of it. I'll just supervise. Oh, she's talking about painting her skirts. You started everybody off thinking about DIY. While they were all talking DIY. Mary Ross. Hi, Lisa. Missed it again. Load shedding. Load shedding? What does that mean? Is that something I don't understand? Anyway, Marie says to everybody, have a great Tuesday. Yeah, Stacey says thank you to you. Laurie says great live, ladies. Jet says bye, although I never saw you say hello, Jet, to be fair. I'll come up one day, said Laurie. Excellent. Sad I missed it all. Nicola, it's on catch up. We're always on catch up. Cazza's going to be on the internet forever as a star.
Fame at last, hey?
They put our lights out every day for 4 hours. What the hell? Sorry, just before I go, what the hell's that all about? Do you mean they took your lights out for 4 hours a day? Load shedding. Are you in prison or something, Mary? Sorry, but what is load? Oh, look, my book. Nice book. Thank you, Cazza. Rose says thank you.
Oh,
people
thank you.
Paying their electricity bills. Okay. This is something I'm going to investigate and we'll discuss further tomorrow because that's perplexed me. Okay, people, I love you lots. Thank you to Cazza. Love you lots, and hopefully maybe you come on again one day and we'll have another chat.
Indeed. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming along to join us, and we'll catch you tomorrow morning at 10:30. Sending you love, Bearfam. Bye.
Bye.